Imagine Pulp Fiction taking place in 1960s Hollywood with Brad Pitt, Leonardo DiCaprio, Harley Quinn, and Charles Manson all running around. It's Quentin Tarantino's latest film, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm Adamic, here to tell you all about it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button for more reviews, interviews, and other fun stuff. And now, let's take a look at Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Leonardo DiCaprio is Rick Dalton, a washed-up actor who used to be the star of a big Western, but now it's the 1960s and he's just squeaking by doing guest appearances on other TV shows. Brad Pitt plays his stunt double and errand boy, Cliff Booth. The movie is mostly about those two, but it does also spend some time on DiCaprio's neighbor, Sharon Tate. She's played by Margot Robbie, who most people know as Harley Quinn from Suicide Squad. Sharon Tate lives next door with her husband, film director Roman Polanski. During the course of the film, the three characters all try to come to terms with where their careers are and where they are in life, all while also having run-ins with Charles Manson and his followers. So, you got some stuff that's based on real life, like Sharon Tate and Manson, and then some stuff that's made up, like Pitt and DiCaprio's characters. Remember how in Pulp Fiction, Tarantino had a bunch of crazy different stories all weaving together to eventually form one big story? Well, this is kind of like a super watered-down Pulp Fiction meets Forrest Gump, set in the 60s, with a huge emphasis on paying tribute to old Hollywood. That sounds sort of like a weird mess. It kind of is. Some of the stuff works, some of it doesn't. The movie gets really caught up in milking nostalgia, and they do a pretty good job of it. To sell DiCaprio's character was a big actor in old Hollywood. They put DiCaprio into a bunch of old movies and TV shows, and some of it looks really good. They also do a pretty good job of recreating 1960s LA and Hollywood, so people that are familiar with 60s TV and movies and what LA used to look like, they're going to probably get a big kick out of this. The movie also spends some time making fun of the film industry, so filmmakers and industry people, they're going to probably enjoy that. And as a result, film critics are probably going to think this movie's really smart and better than it actually is. Honestly, Tarantino may have gotten a little too caught up in his tribute and spoof stuff and gotten distracted from the actual plot of the film. The movie is filled with odd stops and starts. 1 minute it's a comedy, then it's a drama, then it's a thriller, and it's a stoner comedy. It's kind of all over the place. And it seems to have trouble focusing on one thing. That's an issue with the plot and the character development. Throughout the course of the film, you get all kinds of plot threads that are introduced. You think they're going to be explored, they're going to help flesh out the character, tell their backstory, and yet those threads never really get paid off. The entire film builds to a big confrontation that never happens. And there's a redemption comeback arc that never gets paid off. The ending of the film, that's pretty funny and really does a lot to save the movie, but there's just so much left unfinished that once you start thinking about it, it's really unsatisfying. Really uneven pace to the movie where you'll get some goofy wild hijinks moments that are really funny, and then just these really long, dragging self-reflection scenes. Tons of cameos and bit parts. Al Pacino, Dakota Fanning, Luke Perry, a bunch more. There's a guy who plays a pretty good Bruce Lee and fights Brad Pitt's character. Fun stuff there. But aside from the cameos, there's really not going to be much rewatch value to this. Because after you watch it the first time, you go, yay! When you watch it that second time, you're going to go, oh, there's a missed opportunity, there's a missed opportunity, there's a forgotten thread, ooh, that's dangling. The movie could have been a lot more, and it almost feels like part one, like there's going to be a sequel or even two sequels to finish all this. I haven't heard anything about that. I don't believe this is planned to have more than one part, which, if that's the case, that means it's just sloppy storytelling to leave all this stuff dangling with no intention of ever finishing it. Because of those dangling things and the weird pacing, you can't say it's a great movie. It's okay, it's entertaining, it's a decent way to kill an afternoon. 2.5 stars out of 5. Tell me what you think of the movie. Leave a comment in the comment section, because that's where comments go. There's really nowhere else to put them, so yeah, makes sense, right? Like, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. That's going to do it for Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'm Adamic. See you later.